Hey, people into here, 3v3 faction war. This is Techmarine Purification Plant and Space Marines versus Eldar. For the blue Eldar team, it's YZ as a Farseer, a support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control. Alongside RedRe Venge with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And rounding off the team, Lindonin's Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default. Great at capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities. He's going to teleport in a second. You wait, he's going to teleport. It's going to be amazing. Looks like YZ saying they're going heavy tier 1. There we go, there it is. Red Space Marines, AssMan with a Force Commander. Very good offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support the Ultramarines DLC. Alongside Riku, also rocking the Ultramarines DLC with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Starts with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Rounding off the teams, Campbell's Techmarine starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Starting off with triple scouts, so should get pushed off early, but can then do some sneaky scout shenanigans going forward. What are these tactical marines doing? Looked like they wanted to fight those banshees there, then, you know, remembered they have power swords. That could cost Riku this engagement. And I think it will if they could have even held anyway. Shotgun scouts are up. Maybe they could have held. Warlock very nearly going down, but does get away. The Battlecry Force Commander able to deal with the Banshees on the west side. Might be able to force the issue here and get the VP though. Should be able to get rid of these Dire Avengers. Warp Spider teleports out. I don't think the Force Commander is going to be able to get to him before he teleports again. Tactical Marines are acting very strangely. Oh, they're going for the wreck point over there. Shotgun scouts up on this side. Oh, we got one hit in. That's more than I thought it would get going. Dire Avengers looking at the VP, but here come Tactical Marines. There's a grenade. Grenade is dodged. Riku watching for the energy to go down. Meanwhile, pushing through the east side as expected is YZ, but they were picking off models, those scouts. Oh, these guys got very low. Very low. Perhaps lucky not to lose that squad there, Campbell, but now can get shotguns going and mess with some Eldar stuff. Might force Ranger purchase over there if they start sneaking around and stuff. Customized Stormbolter in play from the Apothecary allows them to stay at a distance and support from range. You know, full auto is pretty damn good too. Worth getting it just for that. Warp Spider. Not going for the cap, just moved up to get some shots in. Apothecary heals himself though, and that was a bit of a misplay from Lindonin. Took some unnecessary damage there, I think. Shotgun blast from the scouts. Space Marine is trying to present a wide front on this west side. Shuriken spins to shoot them though. Looks like they are going to back off. Double tax for both AssMan and Riku. Banshees up all round. No, oh, we do have an aspect from Lindonin. Did they lose some Dire Avengers or did they not get another squad up? I'm actually not sure. I don't see a bunch of Dire Avenger bodies, so I don't think they did. Rangers are in play from RedRe Venge. Can set up some Banshee pushes maybe with the Kinetic Pulse. Here we see that health regen aura. But it's tough to approach. Double tax and scouts. The tax are going to rip you apart with their bolters as you get in. And then you'll get shotgun blasted. It might be, yeah, the Warlock might need to go in first and draw some of that fire. Farseer's alongside him. I was going for the Immolator Blade. Wouldn't expect to see that against Space Marines. Oh, look. It's because of these turrets, I think. There's 2 turrets on the east side from Campbell covering this very well. They could try and go around here, but that's a long way to go. The Immolator, I believe, one-shots a turret with the Immolator ability. If at least it used to do that. I think it still does, but look how much repairing Campbell can do with triple scouts and the Techmarine. Jumping in there is the Warlock. Might get a model off these tactical marines. In fact, they've already lost one. Drawing some good fire there. Scouts also dropping model, getting some decent damage in. Where were the Banshees though? RedRe Venge's Banshees were already off the field. Aspect of strength and an aspect of fleetness for YZ. Another turret. Triple turrets here. This one covering this approach. Bloody hell. Going full Techmarine mode on that east side. Really wants that contested power. It's not even noded. I mean, it is protecting this power, but it might be a little bit... Oh, he's cancelled it. They cancelled that third turret. Okay, we'll see what the Immolator can do, I guess. Where's the Warlock, though? Warlock's back at base. Eldar don't have a jump squad, so they can struggle with turrets. If you don't have that Warlock around, they can use... Yeah, they can use infiltration to get it done, though. Banshees are going to get in here. And turrets can't shoot things in melee range. This one could turn and shoot them, though. Looks like it's not doing that. There we go. Farseer needs to come in and help. And she does have the Spirit Stones here, the Farseer. Looks like they are going to get one of the turrets down. It is being repaired, but it's not going to be enough. Scouts. Oh, there's a lot of scouts. Is that enough repairs? Or they can't get there in time? And shotgun's going to get there in time either because of this big shot blocker. So they got one turret down. Banshee's down to a single model, though, doing that. Flame attacks from Dark Riku. Having a look at the power here. Almost bashed all of it. Oh, it looks like they bashed one of the gens. This one's being rebuilt. These guys down to a single model. Banshee's in retreat path. Retreating units taking 30% more damage from melee attacks, and when you combine that with the bonus damage from power melee against heavy infantry, it's really painful. Looks like they are going to get away, I think. Banshee's popping their fleet, which does reduce their damage. You know what? Maybe they could have got that if they kept chasing. Maybe. 437 to 498. Scout with shotguns coming in. Can really tell apart the good Space Marine players from the really good Space Marine players, how they can use their scouts, especially in a 3v3 where it's a little bit harder to get really good usage out of your scouts because there's not as much room for them to maneuver. Even though the maps are bigger, there's 3 enemy armies around as well. And we'll see how Bruce Campbell handles triple scouts on this side. These guys having to run. Is it shotguns all around? It is. Shotguns making a big difference here early. Warlock. Here we're going to see the Immolator Blade, but there's so much repairs. It's not going to do the job by itself. They can, of course, get Wraith Guard in Tier 2, which are amazing turret counters. Not being suppressed and doing tons of damage. Should have taken this opportunity, I think, to get through onto the VP. They haven't been able to bash power at all, the Eldar. Just held the line on the west side, and the turret's making it difficult on the east side. Playing this really well so far, I think, the Space Marines. Falcon on the way for Lindonin. There's the Immolate. Can do that from good range as well, and they are using infiltration to get in there too. But look at the repairs. Quad repairs, one of them from a Techmarine. Still did a lot of damage though, despite all those repairs going in. It must still one-shot it then. Grenades. Forcing off a bunch of scouts. More grenades going in on the turret. That is one way you can help finish off a turret with those plasma grenades. Falcon's going to hit the field from Lindonin. That's a support vehicle for Eldar. Allows it to reinforce and transport infantry. And it will help deal with the turret. Just got to be careful it doesn't turn into a missile turret, because those things are insane. Much like the las cannon turret as well. The anti-vehicle turrets are super strong. Riku here with Stone Guard veterans and Flamer tactical marines. Dark Creepers on the way for RedRe Venge. They are going to get on the power too. Perfect timing from Dark Riku. He's so good at this. Just seems to naturally be in the perfect place at the perfect time to get a power bash. Apothecary now gets the improved medical equipment. And we got some tac sergeants over here for AssMan and Assault Marine Sergeant too. Missile launcher on the other guys. So it's probably looking to make these fellas into Stone Guard over there. They bashed the node. And here's the Falcon in range of the Torrential turret. It's not shooting it though. Warp Spider. Oh. Wow. Wow. That took like 75 hit points off the Falcon, I think. One shot. It was, yeah, one shot. Did it? I'm not sure if they always entirely hit the vehicle. Every single missile from the turret there hit the vehicle. I don't think that's guaranteed. That might have been slightly unlucky. I'm not sure if they have 100% accuracy. I mean, anti-vehicle weapons typically do have 100% accuracy against vehicles, but that multi-shot of missiles might be different because, you know, tank busters and the Commando's rocket launcher don't always hit, and they shoot multiple rockets each. Not sure. God, that was super impressive and super rough time for Lindonin. Invested a lot in that Falcon. Assault Squad now with their Sergeant. Space Marines looking really strong here. Their power is clean, although maybe not for long because Wraith Guard are pushing up the east side. Farseer is here to support. They should get... Oh, there's a Whirlwind. It won't knock down the Wraith Guard though. They're really good counter to Whirlwinds. Immune to weapon knockback. He needs to move this Whirlwind back, because those are guided Wraith Guard. One volley and down goes the Whirlwind. It's the power of the Farseer. She can really make those engagements way more powerful for you. Or way more painful, I should say, for the enemy. Scouts waiting for the Shuriken to set up. Gets the grenade in. Really nicely timed. Gonna need to get off here, YZ. Did bash one power and got the Whirlwind. That was pretty good. Pretty good start to tier 2 for YZ. Meanwhile, Banshee's bashing the power node. They're gonna need to run away though, I think. AssMan did get... No. There we go. Stone Guard veterans on the way. Using it to reinforce those models as well. 345 to 459. Power bash on the west side. They got one down. They're poking at him. Double Dark Creepers from both Lindonin and from RedRe. There's a lot of investment in these guys. They need to play it back with some Space Marine deaths. They're going to bash another gen. Dark Creepers with their plasma damage Reaper launchers. Very effective versus heavy and super heavy infantry. Stone Guard getting very low. That's what you can do with Dark Creepers, eh? Very low. Can the Immolator Blade finish him off with damage over time? I think they might be a bit too high. 20 hit points, especially with the Apothecary's aura there. Assault Squad, of course, is going to be a big deal for the Dark Creepers to deal with. There's a Merciless Strike. Those Banshees are done for, I think. Really good Merciless. And great scout usage from Bruce Campbell here. They're really quick on their feet, gets over in a flash and helps out. Force Commander with a Power Fist, Artificer, and the Teleporter pack. Here comes another Guardian weapon team for Lindonin. They are looking quite depleted on this west side. Might need some assistance. Power Bash here from YZ again. They're doing their best to Power Bash. They don't want Space Marines easily getting into their tier 3. I wonder if the Warlock's going to switch to the Merciless Switchblade or something. Now that the turrets are not an issue. Oh, Force Commander went down. Still level 1 too. Dark Creepers do have their Exarchs as a slightly fancier missile launcher, I think. It can use the pinning fire, I believe, to suppress things, although that might be tied to their aspect. We've got Terminators up already from Bruce Campbell here. Storm Bolters and Power Fists by default, getting in on the Wraith Guard. Farseer went down too. YZ just overstaying their welcome a little bit. Grenade on retreat, maybe? Maybe not. And they might go straight through onto the Eldar power, and it's not going to last long with all that stuff. Ouch, look at the Stone Guard with their Hellfire rounds tearing through those Dire Avengers there. Double Dark Creepers doing some good work. Maybe target the Stone Guard now. They're pretty low. Scouts got to try and get into melee though, aren't they? There's the Reaper Launcher Barrage thing. Oh, maybe that's what the Exarch gives them. That on-demand suppression. They can get pin and fire though, I believe, still. That must be from their aspect, perhaps. Stone Guard were using their Hellfire, but Dark Creepers, I believe, are heavy infantry. So you want to use the Crackman Bolts. What is this? Oh, it's a Singularity. We do have a D-Cannon up for YZ. Some relatively late Rangers coming up now from Venge. Oh, that was pretty good. Reaper Launcher Barrage setting up a grenade. Look at that massive heal, though, from the Apothecary. That's only a level 2 heal. That was pretty nuts. Banshee's giving chase, but they won't be able to finish him off. Terminator's teleporting out for Bruce Campbell. You can specialize these guys with a weapon upgrade. Haven't seen one yet. Waited to see if some vehicles appear, maybe. RedRe goes tier 3. Looks like they cancelled those Rangers then. Warp Spider could do with a revive here. Got some plasma devs for Dark Riku. Dark Riku did lose their scouts in that fight, but they've got a Land Raider Redeemer on the way, and this is pretty good time to get that Land Raider out, I think. 273 to 419. Can they get through the mid onto the VP? They haven't been able to stabilize the west side at all, pretty much. Here's an Autarch for Lindonin. Dark Reaper is going to try and grab those 2 wreck points, which can make a big difference if you can hold those 2 wreck points for a decent amount of time. There's the remains of the Falcon still. Marines jumping in. And the teleporter too. Not sure why they got another Guardian weapon team because of the teleporting Force Commander and the jumping Assault Marines. Maybe some more Banshees up would have been good. Level 1 Banshees coming out though against Level 2 Assault Squad with a Sergeant. Might not go super great. Do we see the... Yeah, we do see Entangling Web. Big Space Marine presence in the mid. The triple scouts have been awesome so far. Now they're getting sneaky time as well. They weren't even sneaky yet. Did the D-cannon shoot or not? There it is. Wraithguard are in play here, and there's the time field from the Farseer. Gets the runes of reaping too, so she can use that time field more often as well as everything else. Autarch jumped in for a big heal. Merciless Strike was pretty good. Big old disruption. 261 to 403. Lots of grenades for those scouts. But I think they survived. Techmarine taking tons of damage, but does get away. And the Terminators will just back off. So they held their own there, the Eldar. But can they do anything with it? Because now the Land Raiders here. And they don't have much in the way of AV. They have a Wraithguard. They have Eldritch available at some point as well. And they could transition these Guardian weapon teams into Bright Lancers too. It's not going to work. Look at the damage on that Warp Spider there. With those Stormbolt as well. I think that they're like 40 odd DPS each, I believe, those Stormbolters. This is a lot of piercing DPS. That's like each of them with a Techmarine on their arm and a bit more. 229 to 403. Tier 3 for Lindonin. The last player to go. Need some more D-cannons if they can get a Fire Prism up. I mean, is it worth getting a Fire Prism? You've got a the Force Commander's down, but you can teleport in and really smack it up. But they are so useful for stopping caps and stuff. Scouts being super aggressive, seeing really good usage here from AssMan on these guys. 213 to 403. Space Marines looking very strong. Eldar have big armies though. Dark Reaper Missile Barrage. I think they've done okay. Dark Reapers have done okay. They haven't been stupefyingly amazing. But now that everything can just retreat back to the Land Raider, it's going to be really difficult for those Dark Reapers to do their job. Because if the Space Marines get caught in a bad position, they just retreat back to the Land Raider and reinforce off it. Assault Squad in on the Dark Reapers here. That was a nice heal from the Autarch, and she does have her spear. 65 power melee DPS did some good work on the Assault Marines, but as I said, they could just get back to the Land Raider. We do see a warp throw from the Warlock. They can't really set up an Eldritch with it though, because they don't have the red. They could set up a Singularity, or maybe with some synergy with YZ they could set up an Eldritch. Need to be careful though. They want to try and use it when they have stuff to push alongside it, you know. It doesn't one-shot the Land Raider unless that weird bug happens when it does tons of damage to Land Raiders. 165 to 403. As I said, big armies for the Eldar, but they just can't quite put the pressure on when they want to. Warlock trying to lead the line here. See what this damage is like on his Terminators now. That's double Dark Reapers. Need to pull your weight, guys. That was pretty good damage. They did like 1,000 damage there in a couple of seconds. That's actually pretty good. They were able to teleport away. Big blob of stuff here waiting for a nuke. Dark Reaper gets some scouts up to help support the Land Raider. But they do have a Techmarine ally with triple scouts up. Here's another D-cannon this time for Lindonin. Each player has one. It could make a big difference. Down goes the Warp Spider. Not sure what you're trying to do over there. That's marked target on that D-cannon. Assault Marines getting in. There's Doom from the Doombringer. The Dark Creepers were busy shooting at these Marines though. Oh, they're going to jump up, try and finish off the Wraith Guard. I don't think the Wraith Guard is going to get finished off though. That was a lot of dead Marines. Holy crap. And another Singularity going in. That wiped out something. Dark Creeper lost. Yeah, Dark Creeper lost their Stone Guard. That was some good stuff. They need more of that. Doom up on the Terminators. Really short cooldown when you have the Runes of Reaping, eh? It's a really good accessory. Now the armor of the Apothecary and advanced healing alongside the health regen aura of the Apothecary and the Land Raider. Just so much healing over here. We now have a melee Techmarine, which is pretty fun. Axe of the Mechanicum, Signum armor, and Refractor Field. So not going for Bionics. Bad place to be, Autark. Bad place to be. Reaper launcher barrage and a Time Field. It's good damage again on the Terminators, but not quite enough to get a model off them. Not quite enough. Down to 86 VPs, the Eldar. Here comes a Fire Prism for Red Revenge. That's a dead Techmarine over there. And that's a Singularity. They teleported away just in time not to get hit by it. No sign of the Eldritch yet. YZ's being patient. Scouts being messed up. Almost took out the D-Cannon. Look how much work these guys have done. Been amazing. Just haven't been able to rest. Constant harassment from the scouts. And look at this. Great scout usage from these Space Marine players. 63 to 403. The single Wraith Guard stumbling around over there. Do they have one last push in them? We've got a Fire Prism and here comes another one. Looks like Lindonin did lose their D-Cannon along the way. A level 4 Farseer pops out the Time Field. Ouch. That Assault Cannon is deadly. Kicking off on the Eldar's natural VP. A bunch of scouts here. All level 3 are they? Yep. Been amazing. 2-1 against the Eldar. They're up against 3 Terminator squads. Some really ballsy scouts and a Land Raider. Not easy. There's that Cyclone missile launcher. Look at the damage. That was 2 of the missiles hitting. That thing is nuts. 29 to 403. Fire Prism with a decent shot there. Getting very close though from YZ. Very, very close to some Power Fists. Yeah, Fire Prism damage-wise is not really going to threaten Terminators. And it can't knock them down. Eldritch just used their out of frustration, I think. Just couldn't find a great place to use it. Couldn't quite get close enough to the Land Raider with enough numbers. What do we got here? We have a level 4 Farseer for YZ. Level 5 Warlock for Red Revenge. There's that Eldritch. Warp Spider Exarch still level 1. Hey, did have the phase armor at the end. Force Commander has no hit points, but he's standing there. Level 2. Level 5 Apothecary, the classic Faction War Apothecary build. And we had a level 4 Techmarine down at the end there. Pretty dramatic death right at the end from the Techmarine. Awesome stuff. Rough one for the Eldar. I don't think they did anything especially wrong. I mean, losing the Falcon was pretty bad, but what can you do? It just suddenly turned into a missile turret and one-shot it from 70% health or something. Yeah, Lindonin did lose some stuff though after that on the west side. Maybe could have been a little bit stronger, a little bit more of a presence with the Warp Spider. Expected a bit more maybe with the entangling web and stuff. Seemed to really struggle to deal with the assault squad. But yeah, Space Marines continue to have a very good record against Eldar. At least in casted faction wars, going back, 7 years when I started these. Thank you for watching, guys. Big thanks to these players for taking part, and of course, Impregnable for hosting these events. And I'll see you next time.